Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Universal Show, a Diz Unlimited podcast brought to you by Dreams Unlimited Travel. They are experts at helping you plan the perfect Universal vacation. When you book with them, it costs you nothing extra on your trip, and you help support the channel and all the content that we produce here. So check them out, Dreams Unlimited Travel, for a free, no-obligation quote today. There is also a fantastic dining card offer out there right now where you can get up to $1,000 on a dining card, which is insane. That's a lot of food. So, and that is pretty much for time booked from November 4th through like pretty into like April, May.
It was like April 10th, I believe.
Yeah.
It was like, is that when Epic Universe is open?
I know. So check that out if you're even thinking about coming down here. That combined with booking into one of the Universal resorts that offers Express Pass, that is not a deal to laugh at or shake a finger at. So you can reach out to a Dreams Unlimited travel agent and they'll let you know how much all of that, price that out for you for again, free. It's no obligation too. You don't have to book it just because you ask. You can just ask.
Easy.
Just ask. It's polite. It's also brought to you by our Patreon supporters. We could not do this without you. If you want to learn more about how you can get exclusive content from different members of the Diz team, head over to patreon.com/DizUnlimited. All right. I've said that. Chloe?
Yeah.
We're going to do something fun today.
Okay.
We're going to do a little bit of Universal versus Disney.
All right.
How do you feel about that?
I feel great.
Oh, she feels great about it. Okay. Before we get to that, though, we do have a couple of things that have come out about Universal. We did get more information about the Harry Potter attraction that is going to be at Epic Universe. And I think we're going to do a little bit more of a dive into in another episode where we're going to just do like everything that we know about Epic Universe, sort of a thing.
A lot to cover.
Yeah, because a little bit more information's come out. So we'll do another one of those run-throughs once we get a good chunk of that going. But there was something fun that was announced just today as of recording this. I mean, this episode will come out a couple days later than when this was announced. But you were talking about this before we got started today.
Yeah.
And what's that I hear? Is that... I don't know where I'm going with this. I thought I was going music in the air.
Music of the night.
No, yeah. I was.
Are you going to defy gravity?
Yeah, I'm feeling. Here's how I should have started it. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling pretty light right now. A little less heavy than usual. I think I'm about to defy gravity. Oh. That's what I should have said. Anyway, Chloe, Wicked's in the air.
Wicked is,
and not like a Massachusetts slang where it's saying it's wicked hot or wicked cool.
Yeah.
But we got some wicked cool stuff to talk about. Could you take it away?
Yeah. I just remember I got the press release and I just kept saying, Wicked, Universal Wicked. And you were like, what is it? And you're just saying something cool is coming over and over. I was like, no, Wicked.
Yeah, she was like, Wicked, the Wicked store and the thing. And I'm like, what? And I thinking to myself, I'm like, what? The what? Wicked store? Like a cool store? A thing? I just could not process that she was saying the name of the movie based on the musical based on the book Wicked.
So then I just think of Ron
Push
Weasley
by Sapphire.
Going, Wicked.
It's not that. Do you remember that joke from The Office where he's like, I think it was The Office or something, where they're like, oh, what are you reading? He's like, oh, I'm reading the novel Push by Sapphire based on the movie Precious. Or something like they read out the full title every time, and so that's why I feel like Wicked. You know, the movie Wicked, based on the Broadway production Wicked, based on the book Wicked by Gregory Maguire. But Chloe, it is actually a Universal Studios movie, and
sure
that means some tie-in synergy. Wow, what's up with this shiz?
Whoa.
That's the school they go to.
It is.
Education.
So the film, as we know, is being released November 22nd in theaters. Yeah. But Universal...
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Excited?
I am excited.
Have you seen the Broadway production?
I have, and I adore it. I went far too long in my life before I saw the Broadway production, and I regret it not seeing it earlier, but I love it. Fun fact about me, I'm related to the actress Billie Burke, who played Glinda the Good Witch.
Oh,
She's like my great aunt. My mom did like this whole family tree delving thing to make sure of it and everything. And yeah.
Well, let me ask you this.
I've always felt like a kinship to Wizard of Oz.
Are you a good witch or a bad witch?
Yeah, I'm a little of both. I'm a little of both. I gotta be honest. Yeah. So on both coasts, Universal Hollywood and Universal Florida.
Hollywood.
I said that completely wrong. Universal Studios Hollywood and Universal Orlando Resort, excuse me. So beginning in late October, they're essentially going to have a retail experience and limited time food and beverages and merchandise collections celebrating Wicked. So they'll have like a yellow
That's
brick
cool.
road leading you into the store.
Ooh.
Yeah. And respectively, which I find is interesting, both of these Ozian locations, Wicked locations, will be housed temporarily, so we believe, in the previous Universe stores on both coasts. So like Universe was like, it's the UNIVRS. It's like missing 2 E's, but it was essentially their like
It's cool to leave out
couture.
vowels.
Yes. It was their like couture, like streetwear collection that they collabed with artists, and they still carry them in some of their retail locations. I know they have like the Creature, the Black Lagoon stuff at 5 and Dime in Florida. But these were like the specific stores that housed the full collections, but now it'll be Wicked. So,
Chloe, do you know what my OCD just realized?
What?
We didn't introduce ourselves.
oh. Hi, Rhino. It's nice.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Chloe.
Do you think we should start over?
No.
Okay.
Keep it in there.
All right.
Let's just roll with it.
Okay.
Just go.
I was sitting here and I'm listening to you and I'm like, Wicked, this is cool. Wicked,
I don't know her
cool.
name.
And then I was like, I didn't say her name. Who is she?
You did say, hey, Chloe, we have news, but you just like jumped right into it. It's okay.
Well, we know who you're related to, and that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. It's my claim to fame.
All right.
All right. So,
Who are you?
who am I? I'm trying
tell
to
me-
discover that myself, honestly.
Tell me about this cool Wicked cool stuff.
So I'll just read through it here. Starting in late October, Universal Orlando Resort will welcome guests to Wicked the Experienced, housed in the former location of the Universe store and adjacent retail location steps away from the front gate, where guests will have the unique opportunity to step into the fantastical land of Oz. This exclusive one-of-a-kind experience will whisk guests along the yellow brick road and into a variety of iconic Wicked locations from Shiz University all the way to the Emerald City. Fanciful costumes and props created by the designers from the film will also be on display as guests become immersed in spectacular scenic and theming tribute store that will recreate some of the most memorable moments of the film. So I'm excited to see what they do with this.
Interesting that they've described so much to take place in such a small store.
Well, think about it though. It's the entire like Sanrio store.
Oh, that's right. The Hello Kitty stuff.
Yeah, and the Betty Boop stuff was in there too. That entire location has been closed the last couple of days, so they're getting it ready for this.
Interesting.
And they also released some images of the retail collections, which have been designed along with, is it Mina Lima? Mina Lima. They created exclusive Wicked inspired
They did the
designs.
Harry Potter, like
Yeah.
the like any like words or posters or anything you saw in Harry Potter related to that was all like their designs. Pretty much. Yeah.
And honestly, before I even discovered that they're the ones that designed this collection, I was like, this is very Hogwarts looking. So yeah, it's pretty cool. There's a
Bad
Shiz.
case of the Hogwarts.
There's a Shiz like duffel bag and tumbler, very back to school inspired. There's a lot of green and pink and white. It looks very elegant. It looks very Harry Potter also. Like it looks like it's being sold in Honeydukes or something. And then there's some black and green apparel, and then there's an Oz Lego playset that is super cute.
Oh, show me.
Where they're going to Emerald City.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that is
yeah.
cute. That's cute.
That's really cute.
So cute.
And then they'll also have special snack offerings at Toothsome and Voodoo in both Hollywood and Orlando. And so there's like a split pink and green milkshake that looks
What's the
pretty
blue
cool.
drink? We don't know, huh? Because they didn't
No,
describe it yet.
We don't know.
think.
And there's like
Yeah.
some black avocado toast down there too, which looks interesting.
Interesting. Okay,
Yeah, so we'll have to go try them when they come out next month.
Heck yes. Yeah.
I'm hyped.
I'm excited. I'm optimistic for the movie. I mean,
I'm optimistic too.
I feel like so if you don't know, the movie's being split into two parts. So it's
Yeah.
basically I think going to be Act 1, Act 2.
Yeah.
I do feel like that first trailer that came out was basically the entirety of a summary of Act 1. So like
Yeah.
literally you're watching exactly how the movie's going to go.
and I like
But
Act 2 better, so like
Oh, really?
yeah, that's when like, you know,
Dancing Through Life is in Act 1 though.
yeah, I guess.
Dancing Through Life.
And I mean, they're playing Defying Gravity throughout the trailer, which sounds great.
The
so.
newest trailer, if you haven't seen that one, was released pretty recently, and you can hear them singing more songs in it. You're like, "Oh, this is going to be good." I'm not the biggest Ariana Grande fan. I'm kind of indifferent. It's not one of those
Yeah,
or
I feel the
dislikes. I'm just
same.
not like I like some of her songs, but I'm not. It wasn't one of those like, "Oh, she's in it. I'm sold." But I am reading John Chu's book, the director of the film, and I can't recommend his book enough. It is phenomenal. Even if you're not a big movie person, it just feels like there's a lot of really great sort of looks at life. But it is all about like how he just basically went through life and how he ended up doing what he loves, and it's really, really cool. But it's interesting because on the book cover it's like director of Wicked. And I'm like, that ain't even out yet.
It's tough to compare Kristen Chenoweth and Idina Menzel.
I know,
of course. So I'm excited for it. I'm optimistic, like you said. And
is it Cynthia Erivo? Is Elphaba? I believe.
I believe so.
She sang. I think she sang "When You Wish Upon a Star" at D23.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah,
because she was the Blue Fairy in the live action.
Oh yeah, that's
that we
right.
don't talk about.
Yeah. Well, I fell asleep in the first 5 minutes because it was terrible. But she is a phenomenal singer.
She's wonderful.
I am very excited.
Yeah, that presentation was, or that performance was really good.
Yeah, I feel really fortunate to have witnessed that. So,
yeah,
looking forward to the film. Looking forward to these fun synergy opportunities.
Yeah, we love limited time offerings.
Late October is what you said. So just look toward that.
Stay tuned. Yeah.
But what we're gonna do today, I thought we would do a fun little discussion. We're gonna do a topic we're gonna call Universal versus Disney, and we'll do this more than once. It'll be sort of, it might be different parks, it might be different resorts, it might be restaurants, it might be food items specifically, because years ago I had done this a couple of times where I'd done it was like margaritas. It was basically like I was looking for any similar menu items, and then I would go to both places like in the same day and do like which one was better. And that was fun. It was a lot of work, but this, I feel like, is more of a sit back and like, let's contemplate. So I believe today we will be doing Universal versus Disney. We've pitted some attractions versus each other, and we're doing Universal Studios Florida versus Walt Disney
Start
World.
with the flagship park, and then we're comparing attractions at Universal Studios Florida against attractions across the 4 parks of Walt Disney World that they're most similar to.
Yeah, in terms of theming and how you experience the attraction.
The ride vehicle, exactly.
All right, so kick us off. You've got the list. What do we have up first?
All right, up first we have Rip Ride Rocket.
Never heard of it. No, I'm just kidding.
Versus Rock and Roller Coaster.
Well, I have actually never done Rip Ride Rocket, and I'm going to be honest about it. I probably never will because...
Good for you.
Yeah, well, in the years since it's been built, there was like 1 or 2 incidents where the ride did get stuck for a number of hours in that 90-degree angle of like the launch part.
That's the scariest part.
Yeah, and I definitely know myself, and I know that there would be way too much emotional scarring for me to ever function as a regular human being again. So I believe everyone got off that safely and everything, but that was one of those where I was like, I can't risk it. Also, the climb of a coaster is the worst part for me.
Yeah.
So the fact that you're doing it at 90-degree angles, which I know when you are sitting in those seats, I am positive probably feels like
your butt's off
you're
the chair.
going back. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I can't handle that stuff, but to everyone who does enjoy it, fantastic.
Yeah.
I have done Rock and Roller Coaster, and I do pride myself on that one because I felt like that was the most extreme roller coaster I ever did, and it's the first roller coaster I ever did that went upside down. And and so it is. I hold that in a soft spot in my heart. Also, I don't know, Aerosmith. I'm from Massachusetts. They all live like up in Kingston or somewhere up in that area. But I don't know. I also like an indoor roller coaster better because I feel like if I'm going to die, I won't be able to see it because it'll be all dark. So if I'm going to be flung from something, I think maybe I'd rather be flung in the inside than the outside. I don't know. That's just my psychotic determinology where I'm like, okay, if you were like, knife to the back, which one are you doing? I think I'd pick that one. So what do you think?
Oh, gosh, this is so tough for me. I don't know. No. So if you know me, I'm going to vote for Rock and Roller Coaster.
She followed Steven Tyler and Aerosmith around for an entire summer once. You
wish.
should see
That's
the
really
tattoo
cool
on her back.
Aerosmith tramp stamp.
Yeah. Just says pink in all capital letters.
Wait, what?
And she was like, the artist? And they're like, no, the song. Like Steven Tyler's like, pink?
Pink?
Anyway,
Love
sorry.
an elevator. No, so
My new obsession. I don't know.
Rip Ride Rocket has seen some sad little changes, especially recently, because the whole appeal of that ride was you got to pick your song.
Yeah.
And there was a whole hidden menu of tracks, including Muppets songs.
Oh, wild.
Rainbow Connection and Moving Right Along.
Well, the thing that almost got me on the ride,
Rollin'.
there was a Muse song, and I was like, oh, I want to do, maybe I'd do it, but no.
No, I always chose Beastie Boys, Limp Bizkit, or the Muppets. There was no in between.
What was the Beastie Boys song?
Intergalactic.
Oh, good. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
That's good choice.
So I put up with it because it's a little painful for me. The first half is great. The whole second half of the ride, it's a little too
the giant
shaky
loops are
and-
better.
There's no loop.
I know they always say that, and I don't believe anyone.
There's not an inversion.
because
There's not.
it looks like
rotates,
it does, but you
it looks
turn
like
sideways,
it, but it's
right?
not. There's just that
Yeah.
one bit, and then after that, like I don't know, second or third brake run, it goes into this like little coaster area where it goes out to the front of the park and into City Walk, and it's just
I
it's
can't do
not.
it.
It's too painful. I got a headache, a backache, everything. And now they've limited it down to. I mean, they used to have like 30 songs plus the hidden menu, and now it's 5 songs.
Oh gosh.
Not the best. I mean, Black Parade is on there, sure.
Let me
but,
ask you
like,
this. Shania Twain, Let's Go Girls.
I don't know.
Man, I feel like a woman.
Rhino, honestly, the last time I heard when they removed the songs, I was like, I'm not going on it. Because every time my sister's in town, she loves doing that coaster. And I'm like, I can't do it, Camila. I'm sorry. I can't do it. I'm sorry. So I haven't been on it
Not
a hot
gonna do
minute.
it.
Rock and Roller Coaster, though, I'll always do Rock and Roller Coaster. I love that one so much. Aerosmith's great.
All right, so that's one for that's one for Disney.
Yeah. So let me mark that really quick
Yeah.
here.
Give it the D.
We're giving it the D.
D or the U.
All
that
right.
stands for Dis Unlimited.
Next, we have E.T. Adventure
Mm-hmm.
versus what E.T. Adventure was supposedly inspired by, Peter Pan's Flight.
Really? Can you tell me that story?
Yeah. So George Lucas of Star Wars fame
Never heard of him. Yeah. You'll get me a Coke
did a
Zero.
little collaboration with Disney and Michael Eisner, and they built Star Tours. And he called up his buddy Spielberg and was like, "Hey man, you got to have someone build you a theme park attraction, something like my Star Tours, because it's incredible." And he went down to Universal, and they started dreaming up an attraction, and they came up with they wanted to do a flyover dark ride like Peter Pan's Flight. And that's why we have E.T. Adventure. And that's why hopefully it never goes away. One of the last opening day attractions at Studios.
Well, I think the rumor is that like there's wording in
kind
the
of clause.
contract that
Yeah.
like Spielberg was like, you can bulldoze everything, but that has to stay standing or something. So
Long live
It's
Spielberg.
interesting, but I'm going to vote E.T. because I think to me, I think the film E.T. is closer to my heart than the Disney Peter Pan movie, the live action Disney. I grew up watching the Mary Martin recorded play, and obviously Hook is like a pillar in my personality and lifestyle and everything. It's Robin Williams, Lost Boys, Rufio, all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But
Fingering.
John Williams score. Oh, there you are, Peter. I'm gonna make myself cry. And I think in terms of the two attractions, they're both not without fault, but I love that they both have that same forced perspective part where you're flying over the city.
Yes. And the moon with the little silhouette.
Yeah.
They both have that.
Yes. But I think I ultimately enjoy the fever dream that is the Green Planet more than the Neverland scenes.
Which is based off of a book that they used to continue the story of the Green Planet. It's not in the movie at all. I just love that. I love the trippiness of it. And sorry, I'm correcting an attraction name in here. I love the trippiness of it, and I love the original creation that brings to the table. I love Peter Pan's Flight. Don't get me wrong. I grew up with that attraction. My dad used to say, "Help me, Mr. Smee, help me," like all the time. I think he still does to this day.
Here we go.
Here we go. But honestly, after doing other versions at other Disney parks,
Disneyland. Cough.
Disneyland and Disneyland Paris, even the one.
Some of us haven't been
park I've
international.
to. I'm sorry. The one international park I've been to, that one's great. But ours is a little too short, and I just find myself currently present day. I enjoy myself more on E.T. Adventure. The hidden Michael Jackson in the cop car. You know about that?
No.
So
Well, because if people don't know this, Michael Jackson sang a song for
Yes.
E.T. Yeah.
And also, they were working on Captain EO at the time. So Spielberg, Lucas, and Jackson were all like in cahoots. And they put
How dare you
his-
talk about Captain EO, an attraction you have never done? Have you even seen it?
Yes.
Okay, I was like,
I know
have,
about the butterfly cat thing.
Well, I have a
and
a
that's gonna
copy.
be in that. And
so-
it's gonna be in the Skeleton Crew, Star Wars.
Don't. We're talking about Universal.
I'm sorry. Getting my fandoms crossed here. What was I saying?
Wait. So where is he in the cop car? Is it
I'll
when
show
you're in
you
the
next time
woods?
we go on it. Yeah. So you're about to take off. Like, whoa, look, they're flying, and you like go up.
Whoa!
Yeah. If you look in the cop car, the passenger seat is a mannequin of Michael Jackson.
Oh, wow.
With the aviators on. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna look for that.
Yeah. And I love all the little baby ETs with their wiggly little fingers and
and
and then recently they added like a new rainbow LED light package. It looks like it's from Five Below, but it's actually kind of cute. I don't know. It's fun. Trippy.
Okay, so that's 2 votes for ET, I think.
2 votes for ET.
2 votes. 2
Universal
strong
won that
votes for
one.
ET. That's the U.
All right. Next we have Poe Live, which is the new interactive show with Poe the Panda
Okay.
from Kung Fu
At
Panda and
DreamWorks Land.
DreamWorks Land, versus Turtle Talk with Crush.
This is tough. Similar things. If you're not familiar, they're both like a interactive screen-based attraction that's definitely geared toward the younger audiences, where the character comes out and they, do their thing. Excuse me. I think I'm gonna go with Turtle Talk.
I think I'm going to go Turtle Talk too.
I love Kung Fu Panda, the film, everything, but here's why Turtle Talk edges it out. Air conditioning.
Yes. Yeah. And I don't know, there's something about being underwater that's just feels cozier than when we ducked in and watched Poe Live. It was like so hot in there, and it's cute, but I feel more of a connection with Finding Nemo versus Kung Fu Panda personally.
I do not. And I
Oh,
still
really?
picked. Yeah, I definitely,
Okay.
I would, if you would say which one of those movies would you prefer to watch, I'd prefer to watch Kung Fu Panda. I love the first Kung Hu Panda movie. I saw it on the movie theaters like 3 or 4 times. Like,
Okay.
I am a huge fan of that. And I wish it had been nominated for the Oscar, but it was also the same year that WALL-E came out. So it's like, bah.
All right, so point to Disney.
Point to Disney. That's 2 Ds, 1 U.
Staying within this land and Disney attraction theme, we've got DreamWorks Imagination Celebration, which is the new show in DreamWorks Land
Okay.
featuring all those
We got
characters.
Shrek, we got Trolls,
Trolls,
yeah.
the giant
there's
dragon
Kung Fu
puppet.
Panda, yeah.
Kung Fu Panda, yeah.
Yeah, How to Train Your
Versus
Dragon.
Finding Nemo the musical in Animal Kingdom. This is tough because I've seen the DreamWorks show a couple times more recently.
Yeah. I think the DreamWorks show ultimately
It's cute.
is just a little cheesy to me. I mean, it is cute. It's definitely geared toward younger people, whereas
Oh,
I
yeah.
think Nemo maybe encapsulates the all ages just a little bit better.
And the production values.
I
there,
was going
too,
to say the
singing.
size, yeah, and the singing, and not to say that the people who aren't singing the other one aren't very
No,
talented,
yeah.
but it is like a bigger scale. And I think ultimately, like, it's easier to kind of get in and out. I mean, it is a commotion. It's a big thing. It's a big theater.
Both are air conditioned. Thank
Yeah.
goodness. I was just thinking, like, the highlights for me in the DreamWorks show, it's cute. It's a great addition to the land, especially on a hot, hot day. But there's the giant dragon puppet from Shrek.
Yeah.
But, like, comparing that to Nemo, there's so many giant puppets of characters, like the Bruce.
Well, I think about the
Crush.
the crane that comes in.
Yeah,
at one
the
point.
pelican.
Yeah, pelican. Sorry.
Is he still in
Is he-
it?
I don't know
after
if
the
he's still in it
changes?
or not. Maybe
I
not.
need to go watch it again.
You know what? I actually haven't seen it since the changes, but I think I'm going to edge it out just solely too because based on the view, I feel like is more equal. Whereas like the How to Train Your Dragon or the dragon from Shrek, sometimes if you're not at the right angle, it feels a little like, oh, am I going to see it? Am I going to see it? Am I going to see it? Like I don't. So I'm gonna give Finding Nemo this one
Okay. Yeah, I do too.
for me. All right, that's another D.
That's another D. All right. Next, we have Men in Black Alien Attack versus Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger Spin.
I like them both. I think for Walt Disney World, I prefer Astro Blasters at Disneyland over Space Ranger
The
Spin.
gun, you can pick up the gun and take it out. Yeah.
And that's what I also like about Men in Black is that you can pick up the gun and take it off. I love that these both involve physical environments.
Yes.
I think I find Men in Black to be a little more interactive. And I feel like I love when the Men in Black, like, dun, 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 that Danny Elfman score is playing in the queue and stuff. And so I think I'm Men in Black for me.
This is an easy...
Not I think, Men in Black.
Yeah, this is an easy choice for me. Among all the shooter attractions I've ever experienced, my heart belongs to Alien Attack. Just the practical effects.
What's the highest score you ever got?
Oh gosh,
Were you ever
okay?
accepted?
I'm climbing.
Do you know what my number one thing on that ride
I've
is
gotten
though?
Galaxy Defender, so I got the Spirit jersey to celebrate that.
Oh.
Is it the high? Is it like the second to highest one?
I don't know. I don't think I've ever been out of the first. It's a
often-
difficult one to get out of the separate levels.
Yeah, I often get cosmically average, which is why my Instagram bio is that, and it's also
welcome to
just
my
like
love life.
existential.
Cosmically average.
That's my life.
Put it on my
I'm cosmically
profile.
average,
Yeah. I feel like it's exactly what you're saying. The physical sets are great.
The Hidden Spielberg. You know about that?
No, jeez.
We've got to go to the parks together, man.
Apparently.
Yeah, if you're on the right track, there's an alien sitting on a
I actually
bench with
prefer
a
the right
newspaper.
track. Yeah.
And then he holds the newspaper down, and it looks like it's Spielberg, but it's like actually an alien below Spielberg's head or something.
Oh,
Something
I
like
think I
that.
know the part
Might
you're
be
talking about.
misremembering the details, but it's Spielberg's likeness with his hat. So Men in Black.
Yeah, I think Men in Black. Men in Black.
All right.
We don't have to agree, but I am saying Men in Black.
No,
for
yeah.
me.
So far we're 4 for 4, so or 5 for 5. I can't count 5. All right. Next
Math
is
hard.
Villain Con.
Yeah, the newest edition, or the creation, the birthing of a Minions Land.
Yeah. Of an addition to, yeah. Versus Toy Story Mania. Toy Story Midway Mania. I'm just going to say it.
Okay.
I don't like Villain Con. I don't like that that's the first attraction that you have at your flagship Universal Studios Florida park. I don't like
Do you like it better than what was there before?
Shrek?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like we could have I want something different. I want something different.
I do feel like in terms of there being a Minion Land, it doesn't feel like there's a lot of diversity in terms of the offerings. And
Yeah.
I think I maybe would have enjoyed something a little more akin to the Secret Life of Pets, which is, but again, I know it was a limited space. They did a
Yeah.
lot with a little bit of 2 theaters essentially. But the Secret Life of Pets dark ride that's at Universal Hollywood is absolutely fantastic.
It is. It's really cute. I love the story that they do with it, with like they turn you into a little animal.
It does a
cute.
really good combination of like physical environment. It's a great dark ride. I would have loved something like that with Minions. I think it
Yes.
would have been so cute, especially
Also-
if we had been turned into Minions.
Oh, right? I know. I'm dreaming here, but there is a ride in Universal Studios Japan because they have the rights for Sesame Street over there. And there is a dark ride where they go to space.
You are dreaming.
I know I'm dreaming, but like I would love that so much.
I'm just a dreamer.
I'm just a dreamer, okay?
Dreaming.
All right, so I think we can agree that we like Toy Story Mania better.
Yeah, I think for me, it ultimately comes down to a little bit more I don't think I feel maybe as negatively about. I haven't done enough, the Minion Blast, to really make that sort of opinion where I'd be like, no, I don't like whatever.
Yeah.
There's elements of it when I did experience where I was very like, I'm confused which blaster's mine. I'm kind of confused about how I'm making points. I'm kind of confused about the extra things. And it feels a little more chaotic than I care for. But, you know, the kids are also younger and they play different types of video games than I have. And they pick up things faster than that,
Yeah.
like me. So I think for me, it's just Toy Story Manor's a little bit more my thing where it's got that physicality of pulling the rope and you have that click.
And you're swinging around in the ride vehicle. It's not really
and
a fair
you can
comparison.
open up. I think also knowing the secrets that you can open up and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But yeah,
I feel like it's not really a fair comparison because like Villain Con, you're standing on a walkway, and any experience I've had on it, I've done it like 5 or 6 times.
Mm-hmm.
I often have somebody like bumping into me or like kids not staying on their dot.
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't know. It's not a ride.
I
to
don't
me.
like attractions where people can't follow directions.
Yeah.
That seems
yeah,
to be everywhere.
sadly.
All right, what do we got next?
All right. So next we have.
Oh no,
Why did we set this up like this? Fast and the Furious Supercharged
Mm-hmm.
versus
dinosaur.
Test Track.
Oh, Kaz.
Kaz. We like Kaz.
We went with the theming on this one, I
We
think.
did. We
like,
sure did.
Family.
Because there's
Kaz.
nothing like Fast and Furious, like the attraction setup. There's nothing like that at Disney World. Like Kong
that I
is
can
like
think of
it,
right
but
now, no.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
not Disney.
Yeah, Kong is like that here, but that's still part of
Yeah.
the same thing. So, I think for me...
Yeah.
Okay, if somebody said,
I got
which
some hot
would you
takes.
rather do? I know this is insane.
No, I'm there with you though.
I think I'd rather do Fast and Furious.
Because the pre-shows, those team members have so much fun in those pre-shows. How many times they can get family out in their little spiel?
Yeah.
And thinking about Test Track in its current iteration right now, I do not have a fun time. I miss the crash test dummies. I miss when the car stats actually worked. I don't have a fun time.
I also feel like for me historically, I've never I definitely didn't go on that ride when it was new. I went on it until I didn't go on it until I moved to Florida, and after that, it was like it got to be one of those things where it's definitely an overhyped attraction.
Yeah.
And to me, I feel like there's you have to wait and you have to wait so long and like so many things where it's like the actual part of the ride that you're there to experience is this very short, quick lap around the building. And I do understand the joke being with Fast and the Furious. It is neither fast nor furious, but it's still kind of so campy and absurd and
It's
ridiculous,
absolutely ridiculous.
that you're like, that it, here's the thing that I think it has a more successful queue.
You're on me right now.
Oh, excuse me.
You're good.
A more successful queue.
Uh-huh.
That's themed better to its attraction because you literally are in these garage with the cars going through this thing. I don't know. It feels a little more coherent at the very least. I mean, it is absolutely an insane fever dream of a ride, but it ultimately
Vin Diesel
feels
hanging
like
onto the helicopter.
it makes more sense to me. Yeah, the world's smallest helicopter or the world's largest man. I can't figure out
Ride
which
or
it is.
die.
Shaw. Wait, is that the guy's name? Because isn't he
Hobbs
related
and
to the
Shaw.
other one?
Yeah, right.
I don't know. It's Luke Evans. That's all. I
Yeah,
know.
Luke Evans surviving that truck crash. Is
Girl, I don't even know. I don't even see. Spoiler alert.
What? No, in the attraction. In the attraction, he's standing in the truck bed, and there's a huge.
Yeah, but
truck
wait,
slams into him.
so he's been in a movie since that ride.
Oh yeah, well he's alive in the whole attraction.
Didn't he die in the attraction?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Whatever.
I'm neither
Is it
fast
canon?
nor furious. It's
So
my family.
I know this is insane, but I'm going to agree with you.
I never thought I would say that.
Me neither. I was looking at this list and I was like, man, we really set this up for Disney to win here, but now I'm not so sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
We're
So
just being honest. We're
We
just gonna be
are.
honest.
We are.
If you like this, try this. If this is like that, which of these is better? This is just chit and chatting.
All right. So let's see here. Next one, we've got Harry Potter and the Escape from Gringotts versus Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind.
Okay, before we do this, tell me how many D's we got and how many U's we got.
We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 D's
Oh God, Jesus.
and
Shit.
3 U's, and we have 2 more, including this one, to go.
Okay. Here's where I think there's going to be a split, though.
Here?
Yeah,
Really?
I think I prefer Escape to Gringotts over Guardians of the Galaxy.
Really?
I love the film Guardians of the Galaxy. I love Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout at Disney California Adventure in California. I don't care about Tower of Terror necessarily. I mean, I like the theming of the one here, but it's whatever. That's irrelevant. I think that Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind is a fun ride. I think it is so stupid that there are no animatronics in there.
I agree.
I'd rather it have just taken another year to finish building.
Or add them in now.
Yeah. So that kind of removes a little bit for me. It's not, I don't think it's Bradley Cooper's voice, even though it's all of the other ones.
Yeah.
And that rocket is like my favorite. And I also get motion sickness. And I find that I get less motion sickness on Gringotts than I do on this.
I love Gringotts. The more I do it, the more I have fun with it. I really enjoy that attraction. I love sitting in the back row. So when you're on the
the back
spike
row,
and
yeah.
you like hang
You're
there
like,
for a
"Oh,
second
God!"
and then you drop.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. I love Helena Bonham Carter. Her like, you don't even know what she's saying to you, but she's just unhinged.
What is she saying?
I don't know. It's great.
Yeah,
and
I'm like, what?
the snake. I love Gringotts so much, but
Tell me.
Cosmic Rewind is my all-time favorite attraction right now. Yeah, besides Haunted Mansion, I could do Cosmic Rewind.
What's your favorite
all
song?
Day, girl. You know, Everybody Wants to Rule the World.
Yeah, that was my first song too.
That was my first song, and I was emotional. I'm taking out. I wish there were animatronics too in the pre-show, in the finale scene somewhere. But taking Guardians out of it, that coaster is just so fun for me. I love it. So we're gonna be split. And with that, we have one more little battle. But Universal's at 4 points, Disney's at 5. So even with this, if we're split again or if we side, they're gonna tie at best. Mm-hmm. So we need to figure out.
Oh, we'll figure it out, baby.
All right. So the last one is Revenge of the Mummy.
Yeah.
Versus Space Mountain.
I hope those are hisses of excitement. I need to go. I miss him.
Where'd he go? She does say, where did he go? Anyways, Bellatrix.
This might be sacrilegious, but I think I like Revenge of the Mummy. I think I'm going with Revenge of the Mummy. So here's my thing. Mm-hmm. I like Space Mountain, but to me...
You like Space Mountain.
I like it just fine. It's whatever. It's a very minimal attraction. You're in the dark. It's just projected stars. You know, there's the music or whatever. I definitely prefer the Disneyland one over this one again. I'm sorry. Its track was redone in the last, I don't know how long ago it was, but you sit side by side. It's so much smoother, and it has speakers behind your head, so you hear this beautiful Michael Giacchino score.
It's complete. It's worlds different. It's so, you can't even compare.
Exactly. And it is one of those where
I mean that in a negative way. You can't even compare the two.
I mean it so longingly too. And so I think about it like, okay, I'm doing both of these rides for the first time ever. I know nothing about anything to do with it. I think I like the element of the fear that's involved in the Mummy ride, but I also think there's a lot of like cool effects that I still think, like, there are parts where I do think, yes, I think the Mummy is too short. And I think the part where you're going through
the Hollywood
part is so a little cheesy with all the cutout parts of the things. Don't go on what?
I said, don't go to Hollywood's if you think ours is too short. We have the better one.
I know, but I also like Hollywood's because it's a little bit... The Hollywood's is different themed than ours is the thing.
Yeah.
It's a similar story, but the different perspective is that our Revenge of the Mummy is they're still filming the movie. Their Revenge of the Mummy is that movie. Mm-hmm. So there isn't the
I just don't like
pretense
the
of it.
all.
But
it's cut way too short.
It is also... But theirs is wild because you literally pull right into the station that you just came out of and you're like, how? So I do think that's a cool effect. But I do agree with you. Because you do always are like, whoa, there's one more scene, right? No.
There's one more drop, right?
The one here, I love the room with the fire on the ceiling. I think that's a really cool like finale. Continued one more like, your souls are mine.
Or something like that. The design of those flames are like, it's like brain patterns.
It's cool.
Cranium.
I also like the part like where you're trying to go out of the temple in the beginning and when everything is working in here. I give it that too. Not everything's always working. But there's a lot of cool moments. You go backwards. It does the bug drops.
The fake exit scene too.
Yeah.
We were talking about the flames.
Yeah.
Do you know about that? Fun
No.
fact.
What?
So, put on my nerd glasses here. So, before Men in Black Alien Attack, we were going to get a haunted attraction based on The Shining and the It series with Tim Curry. This is before the whole Bill Skarsgård movies. But they eventually decided to go with Men in Black for that. But one of the elements they had planned for that haunted dark ride was a fake out exit scene, and so they kept that around and put it in Mummy. So it's like a little...
What's the fake exit scene? Oh, like
Mummy.
when you pull in and then the fire's on the... Oh, okay.
Yeah. I still want a Shining and It, or honestly, any dark haunted ride. Please, Luigi's Mansion, please happen in Epic Universe. Anyways, I just love that little tidbit though. I'm full of useless facts. Please shut me up.
Yeah.
I vote for Space Mountain. I'm going to tell you another fun fact personal to me though is I was too scared to do Space Mountain as a kid because
me
you're
too.
sitting alone.
I just sit on the bench.
Yeah, I sat on the. We probably sat next to
with
each other
Grandma
at some
on the
point.
bench.
Sat with my dad
Bye,
and my mom.
everybody.
Wanted to child swap with me, a 10-year-old, way too old and
honey,
like local.
Older than that. Yeah, I was older than that. Like,
So
I didn't do it till I was 18. I did it when I came for grad night.
I was 14.
And I was like, if I die here, I die with all my classmates.
Oh my God. So I was 14. I went to Universal with some girls that were around the same age as me, a little bit older, and I was silently peer pressured to do Dueling Dragons and Revenge of the Mummy. And that was my first inversion, and that was my first dark ride coaster.
Dueling Dragons, Jesus.
And from that moment, I knew that I could do Rock and Roller Coaster with my parents. I could do Space Mountain with my parents finally, and so they were happy when I finally came back to them because we were Disney people growing up. So Revenge of the Mummy has a special place in my heart. I love Brendan Fraser. Got to get him his cup of coffee. I love the dark ride turning into the coaster element in the big show building or in the big sound stage. But Space Mountain, man, that ride has my heart. I love it so much.
It's just a dark ride.
But
You're just spinning in a
no.
circle. You're not doing anything.
But it's the first steel coaster ever.
Wait, is it? Is that why it's so
it's
like shaky?
historic, yeah. And it's got the 2 tracks, the Alpha and Beta track, and I could go off on a tangent, but this is a Universal show, so I'm just going to say Space Mountain wins for me. And with that,
Okay.
we have
So what? How many Ds? How many Us? 4 Ds, 3 Us.
we got 5 U's and 6 D's.
Okay, but so we have 2 ties then.
Yeah, we do.
So that means if people vote
Yeah.
and both of those come out Universal,
I mean, we could put this whole
it
thing
means
up.
Universal could win. Or
Yeah.
it means Disney could win. See, here's the thing. So this is where it lies in you. Or the
audience.
No, the audience, the proverbial you. Yeah.
Yeah.
We need your help.
We
The Green Planet is in trouble, and we need your help.
us. Cosmically average galaxy defenders.
As long as no one gets covered in the alien glue liquid. I've told you about that, right? The auditory problem I have with I saw a video once where they're like, every theme park attraction is like this. Well, things will be fine as long as this doesn't happen as it's happening. And like the Spider-Man attraction in Disney California Adventure, the computer is like, everything will be fine as long as the spiders don't get into the alien fluid. And when we rented out the park for a Diz party in the summer, I did that ride over and over, and I was like, can I skip the pre-show? And they said no. And so I had to keep watching it, and I was just like, oh my God, this is torture. I can't stand the tenor of this voice.
No, yeah, I know.
Like much people have the problem with my voice.
Stand that attraction.
Yeah.
Amazing
It's
Adventures
fine.
of Spider-Man always wins.
Oh yeah, that's one.
Always wins.
I'll still maintain that's one of the best, if not the best.
Oh, we'll get there.
attractions
We're
in
going to do
Florida.
Islands of Adventure next time.
All right, so how do we do this? How are we going to have a poll that our viewers and listeners can partake in? I think we do it on there's a website. I don't use it, but I've heard that some people still do, called Facebook.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's how it's
Yeah.
pronounced even. Facebook, but the
Fachi-book.
Facebook, maybe there. Can we do like a poll
We
on
can't do
X?
it on YouTube, right?
Well, I think Craig historically used to do.
We can do a poll in the YouTube
Can you do
feed.
polls in YouTube comments?
Yeah. Not comments, but like a YouTube feed. Like if they go to our profile, I'm pretty sure that's a thing.
Okay, we'll put them. How about this? We'll put them anywhere that people are following us.
Okay.
So we're going to put them on
So look
all
out for
those
them.
media, whatever we still use. I don't know. That's not my job. I'm not the social media person. So we'll let Chloe figure that out maybe. But we'll put a poll out there. So look there. Maybe disboards.com as
So
well.
we're just doing the 2 tiebreakers, or are we doing all of it? Because we have, I think, just the 2 tiebreakers. Because we have Escape from Gringotts versus Guardians of the Galaxy
Yeah.
Cosmic Rewind, and Revenge of the Mummy versus Space Mountain, and that will
I
help
think we
us
just need help
get
with
our
those 2
final
decisions.
points.
Yeah. And then so you'll have to.
Cool.
We'll have to find out how that goes. This is one where it would have been nice to, I think, have Hannah to have a third person, so we could have done the vote there. But she hasn't been a Universal
phone a
as much
friend.
yet, and that's where I'm like,
Hey, let's ask Marshmallow Man. Maybe he's got something to say.
what's that, buddy? You're looking for a church to step on? Oh, wow.
Look at his arm. He's so cute.
So look for those wherever you find surveys and wherever we can post them on there. And I'm sure hopefully we'll have links to that in the description, or you'll find them on YouTube if you're watching this on YouTube. If you are watching this on YouTube, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And of course, we're always open to suggestions for other topics. We are going to do, we've got a whole nother list going for Islands of Adventure. And I know sometimes it won't be every attraction. We're just trying to find comparable attractions to be like, which one do we like better? And it could go either way. It's just an honest conversation with fans of Universal Orlando, because we are UO fans.
We're
obviously
friends and we're also fans.
Yeah. If you want to learn more about Universal Orlando Resort, you can head over to uofan.com. Of course, don't forget about Dreams Unlimited Travel when planning your next Universal vacation. Don't forget about that dining card that's going on right now that I told you about at the beginning of the show. And if you want to learn more, you can reach out, dreamsunlimitedtravel.com. Again, it's no obligation. It's free, and they can just give you the numbers you need. So if you're listening to this podcast, please feel free to rate and review that wherever you listen to podcasts. And I think that is going to do it for us. I have nothing more to say other than be excellent to each other.